Hello and welcome to lesson 4 of Learn French with Miss M. Today we will explore the French nasal combinations, their sounds, and the letter combinations that produce those sounds, alongside some exceptions to nasalization. If you enjoyed this lesson, please like, share, and subscribe. Let's get started. A nasal sound is a sound produced when air flows through both the nose and the mouth. It is usually a combination of a vowel and the consonant M or N. They are written with different letter combinations. There are 4 nasal sounds in French, but the distinction between 2 of them tends to disappear in some regions. These sounds have no direct equivalent in English, so be attentive to their sounds. Let's look at each nasal sound individually. The nasal A. This nasal sound is pronounced en. These are the letter combinations that give this sound. Notice the presence of an A or E before the M or N. Examples include maman, lampe, enfant, emprunter, parent. The nasal I. This nasal sound is pronounced un. These are the letter combinations that give this sound. Notice the presence of an E or Y most of the times. These combinations are less common. Examples include pain, fin, chien, rein, rein, vin, simple, teint, lynx, moyen, lycéen, examen. The nasal U. This nasal sound is pronounced un. These are the letter combinations that give this sound. Notice the presence of an U before the consonants. Example, un, parfum. The sound un tends to be pronounced the same way as un in some regions. This leads to the disappearance of the un sound for some speakers. So don't be confused if you hear some people saying that there are only 3 nasal sounds. It's simply because they do not distinguish between these 2 sounds and pronounce them the same way. However, always keep in mind that in standard French, there are 4 nasal sounds. The nasal O. This nasal sound is pronounced on. These are the letter combinations that give this sound. Notice the presence of an O before the consonants. Examples, son, ombre. Here is a sentence that can help you memorize these 4 nasal sounds. Un bon vin blanc. Practice it from time to time to get used to the pronunciation. In French, a vowel followed by M or N does not always produce a nasal sound. Here are the main rules when nasalization does not occur. When the letter M or N is followed by a vowel or a silent H, in this case, nasalization does not occur. Examples, ami, inhabituel, animal, menu. In these words, M and N are pronounced as normal consonants and do not form a nasal vowel. When M or N is doubled, in this case, nasalization disappears. Examples, immortel, année, bonnet, innocent. The general rule states that when a vowel is followed by a double M or a double N, it is not nasal. However, there is an exception when the prefix em or en is used. In this case, nasalization remains even if the m or n is doubled. Example: emmeler, enneiger, emmagasiner, ennoblir. However, some unpredictable exceptions exist where nasalization may or may not occur. For example, ennui, ennemi, immangeable. In French, there are almost always exceptions to rules. That was lesson 4 on nasal combinations. Keep practicing to improve your pronunciation and fluency. If you found this lesson helpful, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share for more.